Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm Tandy. Today we're going to be playing the Bazaar on stream. This is a new game from the company Tempo Storm. It's an auto battler. If you know anything about auto battlers, then you're gonna see a lot of those same elements in this game. If you have not played an auto battler or seen an auto battler, I would like to show you essentially how the game is played and what the game is about. At the beginning of the game, you choose a character, and this character is going to be whisked through the bazaar. The bazaar is a city unlike no other, offering merchants of all trades. And throughout the game, you purchase things from these places, you sell things to these places, and ultimately you are trying to build like an army or like a battlefield, if you will, to fight other people. And that's kind of the whole game. There's many paths you can take, no matter which character you choose to play. There are tons of different ways to combine cards together to create advantages. There are plenty of countermeasures against most types of gameplay that you can assemble. There are two ways to play the game. There is normal free play, which is exactly what it sounds like. You click the button and you get to play. It's free, 100%. And if you get 10 wins, you are granted a ticket, and a ticket allows you to play competitive. And a competitive game is slightly different. It has benchmarks at 4, 7, and 10 game wins. And at 4, 7, and 10 game wins, you get a treasure chest for each one. Those treasure chests contain the in-game currency at random amounts, and I believe it is 100 in-game currency allows you to play a ranked draft as well. You can also unlock heroes by using that currency, and if you buy the Founders Pack, it comes with enough currency to unlock all 3 heroes, and it costs, I believe, $33. I am not paid to play this game. I very much enjoy playing this game, and I'm going to play this game a lot, I think, over the next few months. In and out of Magic content, this is just something that I've been really enjoying, and I helped a friend last night, I think, playing the game, and it led me to believe that maybe I could show you a thing or two as well. I enjoy playing it, and I want to share that with you too. So, without further ado, we're going to start off with the hero that everyone starts with for free, and that's Vanessa. Vanessa is a swashbuckler. She's a captain of a pirate ship, and she has come to the bazaar to find weapons and friends to try to win the day back in her home country or something like that. I'm sure she'll tell you. So, let's start. And we're going to play normal free play for now. When we get a little better, we'll play some competitive when we earn some tickets, but we have to earn tickets first. My wife and I play this on the couch. It's very fun. So, we're going to enter Vanessa's workshop, or Vanessa's hideout, Vanessa's quarters, and at the beginning of the day, you get to choose a starting item. You get to choose between 4 starting items. It was only 3 starting items for a long time, but it also came with a starting skill, and we'll get into skills later. But for now, we're just going to get to take a starting item. And of these 4, the most powerful is going to be the double barrel, in my opinion. There are different comps that can use all of these items. I'm not going to look over all the items. We will kind of talk about them if they come up. But for now, we are going to be taking the double barrel, and we're going to continue on. So now this is a weapon that every 3 seconds it'll activate, and it deals 30 damage, but it does it twice, so it deals 60 damage. If we're able to scale this, then it'll also scale with the double attack and allow you to do more damage that way. There's also an ammo item. Ammo items have, we'll say, not permanent use, and they can run out of bullets very quickly. And so we have 2 ammo in this gun, so this gun only does 120 damage. And so if we fight against someone who has more than 120 life, well, we're not going to beat them. Luckily, the first fight, most of them have about that. Now we're going to go to shop number 2, and if you look, the timer has ticked 1, and so we're going to go from hour 1 to hour number 2, and then so on and so forth. And now we're going to go either choose the activity you want to do. We can go buy something at Kina because she's open early in the day. We can talk to Nufu and we can get learn a thing or two about the game. And then, or we can go cabin fishing by ourselves and we get a free aquatic item. I really like free things when I'm playing this game, so I'm going to go with a free thing. Everything else costs money. We'll talk about that as it goes. Now we come to our first encounter with a villain, and of these three, it's Haunted Kimono, Kyver Drone, and Pyro. I don't think that we can lose to Pyro or Kimono, and I think we maybe can lose to Kyver Drone, and so I'm not going to fight Kyver Drone. We are going to choose to fight Pyro. All right, so Pyro actually has just a little bit too much life, I think, for us to kill naturally. And so when we run out of bullets, well, that stinks. But we picked up this little friend here, Catfish. Whenever it gets to attack, it gets 1 poison to the opponent. And so poison will generate over time, and every 1 tick or so of poison, the number that's to the right of the life total in green is the amount of poison they take every tick. And so we got to burn out Pyro with a little bit of poison from our friend Catfish. We got a Cinders, and this says when you sell it, you can give +1 burn to your leftmost item. We don't have any burn items yet, so we can put this one, guess what? It goes into our treasure chest. This is our sideboard, or extra deck, if you will. But the Cinders, we're going to leave there until we get something that has burn, or we're going to maybe sell it for a gold if we need a gold at some point. We have 3 options here. We can go find some more weapons so that our double barrel gets a little help in combat, and I think that's probably where I'm going to end up going. There's a couple different options on Strange Mushroom, and when we click Strange Mushroom, we'll talk through them. And then Candy Stash, we can get 3 chocolate bars. I'm not a big chocolate bar fan. You need to have some very specific items to make the chocolate bars and things of that nature worthwhile. They gain life is their baseline thing, but they don't gain very much. So, SCA, thanks for the follow. Sorry, it was so quick. I didn't get to see the whole name. All right, we're gonna go find a weapon. So we are interested in Trebuchet. They have recently changed how this weapon works. It's a large weapon, so it takes up a lot of space. It can be annoying, and we're probably not going to be able to use it for this fight. We also don't have that much gold, so if we buy this, we're probably not going to be able to buy anything else. I'm not a big fan of Langshan. Shark Claws here is pretty good. It can allow us to scale damage with some more weapons later. Every time it attacks, it gets to pop everything. My concern is that it is a weak buy for 4 gold because it will not last very long in the comp. Whereas something like Trebuchet, I think, will last quite a while. So I'm just going to buy this, and we may field this over the double barrel, since double barrel is limited to only 60 damage. And this does 25 per activation, and then also has 8 burn. The burn will never stack, so it's basically +8 damage, so it's 33 damage every 8 seconds. Whereas this is 60 damage very quickly, but does not continue fighting. I don't think that we will win with either against most opponents, though. And so I'm considering maybe buying the Shark Claws as well, and I think I'm going to. And then we will field these 2 for now, and this will be the most damage we can do for our first fight. So we can go to the Lost Crate. There's an option to gain experience. As we gain experience, we level up, and when we level up, we get rewards. We'll talk about the rewards when they come. And you also gain life. Like, I think it's 10% life or something every time. And so the higher life is when you level, the bigger the jump, which is nice. And so when you can take early life gain things to grow, it seems kind of weak, but it will scale over time. So she sells medium items, but I'm pretty broke. The day's over. We did start with 5 gold at the beginning of the day, and we'll get 5 gold at the beginning of the next day. But I think we will end the day now by going to the crate, getting 2 XP, or 2 gold and 1 XP, going back up to 3, and now we fight a Freaky, who is a Vanessa as well. And so we will see how they fight us. And they have this double barrel as well, but it's a bronze version. We got to start with the silver version at least. And now I think that we will maybe lose this fight. And I think we are going to lose this fight because the double barrel is getting recharged by Powder Flask. This was likely their starting item. And so they were able to get a weaker weapon, but they were able to pair it with something that didn't run out of bullets. The bayonet also quite good with a double attacker. Essentially adds its damage to the weapon. We get 2 cinders for the funsies and hope we get a fire item soon. I think that has a very high likelihood of being the most relevant of these abilities. I would expect most people would just take like XP though, but I'm gonna take cinders. All right. In the first couple of days, I really we already have a thing for cinders because we bought this here, trebuchet. So this doesn't fit, but that does. And this can pump this, and then these can pump this burn. And we'll think about that for a second. But we have a whole day to plan out before our fight. So we'll go shopping. Now we got 8 gold after we gain the 5. We can get a free shield item, which I don't think I want. Nautica sells aquatic items, but I don't think that she'll sell us the aquatic items we want because they'll all be bronze because we're like too early in the game. And some of the better aquatic items open up at bronze, namely 2 of the I call them 3 drops, but it's right now we have 6 open slots on our board. The trebuchet is a 3 slotter, the catfish is a 1 slotter, and the shark claws is a 2 slotter. So all of our 6 slots are full, and like we can play double barrel over it, but it's only 60 damage. I'm not sure if this will probably deal more than 60 damage over the course of the game, but maybe not. And so maybe this is just a faster kill. So maybe we'll do this, but we're going to go to the jungle because jungle has a couple different good options. We can get a free item if we're Vanessa. So this one's like specifically geared towards, we're supposed to go to the jungle ruins when we're Vanessa, and you'll learn that as we play the game. They have incentives for doing these things by giving you freebies and perks. We can also choose to gain an XP, but we're pretty far from leveling right now, so it won't help us this round. I'm curious, 25 max health seems rather low, so I think I'm just going to take a free item. And now, ooh, that was actually a really sick pickup. If you paid attention to last fight, we lost 2 double barrel with powder flask, and we didn't have powder flask, but now we do. And so now I'm very optimistic about our next fight, even if nothing else goes well for us for the rest of the day. I don't really want to do non-weapons. Kina is not going to be friendly to our cause most of the time. A free item sounds pretty good, but I think because my board is full, I'm going to look for a weapon skill on bronze tier. First time you use a large item, give your items +4 crit for the fight. This is sometimes hard to turn on, but getting it early and getting trebuchet early. And I know that the way that I've been playing the game lately, I'm going to keep trebuchet around forever because a bronze version is able to accomplish the same things as like a diamond version. And maybe that's going to be a flaw in the game. Maybe that's something they will experiment with over time. But there are many cards in the game who do not need to be leveled up in order to maintain their most potential throughout the game. Don't really care about the poison. The haste freeze is good later, but this is going to be money for us. So basically, this is whenever trebuchet goes, everything gets +4 crit, including itself. And crit is double damage, and over time you can eventually get to 100% crit chance, and then that just essentially doubles all your damage. And it also with trebuchet doubles the burn damage. So I think I'm going to take that. Sometimes when I'm shopping early on bronze skills, I will take skills that are maybe good for later. Like I don't have anything that works with them now, but it's like the way that I play, the way that I know how the game goes most of the time, I can make assumptions. For example, the quick freeze says whenever you haste, each fight freeze an item for 3 seconds. This says whenever you use a weapon or haste, charge us 1 second. And so I have incentive to make haste on my game plan already if I plan to keep trebuchet around for a long time. And so quick freeze would naturally work with a thing that would work with trebuchet. And so like if all 3 of these were just like poison related, for example, I would just probably take quick freeze and be pretty happy with it because it's very cheap. 3 gold for a skill that's this powerful later in the game is like very good. I'm gonna take critical captain though, just because I don't get to take it very often. Now, because we got a lot stronger thanks to the powder flask, I'm going to use all 3 of my embers to grow trebuchet's burn by 3, and I'm going to fight the strongest of the 3. Whenever you come across like an NPC fight, usually they're highlighted in bronze, silver, and gold. Gold being like the hardest or one of the hardest, silver, and bronze and so on. Sometimes you want to fight enemies because they drop a thing when you beat them, and sometimes the things that they have work very well with your composition and help grow your strength as you play the game. Throughout the rounds, we'll be playing against NPCs, and then we'll be playing against players. and every day you fight one NPC and then one player, and you do shopping in between. So it's like 4 shops, 2 fights, and that's a full day. When you win, you get a notch here, and you're trying to get to 10 wins when you're playing in free play mode. When you get 10 wins, you get a ticket, and the ticket allows you to play in competitive, and competitive allows you to earn treasure chests. We lost round 1 because we were rather weak, but I think we're going to win round 2, and I think we're going to win here too. When you beat an NPC, you do not gain a notch. This is for players only, and so the games can last a while. And this one will likely last a while because I'm explaining most of the things as I go. But I will not be doing this regularly. I will be playing the game as a competitive style player and talking about my options as I have them. But for now, I know many of you who are watching this and will be watching this do not know what this game is about. And so my attempts here will be to teach you what the game is about, as well as showing you how to play the game. Okay, so right now we have a pretty good setup. I think we can beat Rogue Scrapper. The burn is going to stack up from this, and the damage is going to stack up from these two combined. And Rogue Sacker normally is rather difficult, but I think that we're going to beat them. The trebuchet gets faster whenever you use a weapon, and the double barrel is one of the faster weapons because of the it's an ammo gun as well as a double attacker. All right, we're getting dangerously close to dying, and our burn is not stacking up as well as I thought, so it's going to be a really close one. Oh, we ended up winning. Nice. All right, great. Once the game gets, so you see this blue line in the middle. After that blue line comes the, we call it the storm, but it's the sandstorm. And the sandstorm deals like a tick of damage, like 1 damage every tick, and then it goes 2 damage, and then 3 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage, but it goes very fast. So a mechanism for just like ending the fight should both players be trying to gain like infinite life or whatever. Okay, so we have 13 gold now, so shopping is pretty decent. We just beat a really tough boss, and we got rewarded for it. Unfortunately, our reward was something we can't use right now as a med kit, but we did gain experience, and we did gain some gold. That was the other thing. Okay, so we can go for a small weapon, which could be okay, but I think I'm more into skills right now. Whenever I have a full board, skills are usually where I want to be looking. Now we want things that work with weapons and bullets and haste. So when you win a fight against a player, gain 2 gold. It's very early in the game, and arbitrage is quite good early. So I'm leaning this without even looking at the rest, but the others can also be good. Strength +2 on each weapon is okay, not great. Rightmost deals 12 damage is pretty good, honestly, on this double barrel because it's very fast. And then leftmost burn has 6 burn. It's definitely immolating spark after seeing them all. The way that trebuchet comps work is we will eventually speed it up to the point where it goes once a second or faster. And when it goes once a second or faster, the burn compounds. And when the burn compounds, that is significantly more damage than the damage that it actually deals. So I'm going to take some things that buff its burn damage by magnitudes. Snack time for 50 life. Lost Cray, we can try to level up. I think that's what I want to do. We can level up here before we fight our real life opponent, and then that gives us a shark claws that we can put in to grow our stuff. We can get a friend. We can upgrade our trebuchet, which is a pretty powerful one. I'm probably going to do that. 2 poison. Damage buff is pretty good as well, but I'm going to go for upgrade this to silver. It gains a significant damage increase. Now we'll fight Dooley, and I think we're going to whip him. I think we're going to beat him up. You to the money. Okay. Where you place your things matters. Like, for example, this flask says reload the item to the right of this, and so we always want to make sure that we have one of our items, one of our ammo items next to it. But there, as you saw, we were able to, or as you see, we're able to like make our trebuchet much faster now that we have an extra weapon in the fold, and the burn stacked like crazy. For a day 2 comp, I think I'm doing very well, and I would expect to do very well on this run. If I don't, I will be sad. Haste item, bronze tier skill. We can go buy in. I think I'm going to go for a skill. We got 14 gold. Freezes are usually pretty good, especially when you can automatically do them like pretty early in the fight. Buffing medium burn items doesn't help. 12 damage on this is less relevant than burn on this because of the way burn stacks. +1 burn's also fine, but this one, I think the freeze is best. We can go for ammo items, which I'm not into. Like, I'm pretty happy with my board right now, and so again, I want to just keep looking for skills. Once my board gets bigger, I can fill it with basically any weapon, and any weapon is going to do a pretty good job at fueling trebuchet. But we already have trebuchet set up. We have a pretty juicy, and we have some fast weapons, 3-second, 4-second. These are like pretty fast weapons to combo with it to make it faster. And so I would expect to win the next couple fights very easily. We can give crit to the rightmost. Give ape crit chance everything. That's probably what we're going to do. I love Bloodhound. Do we have crit chance on anything yet? So we don't have crit chance on anything yet. So doing things that add crit chance is pretty good. We have 4, which I guess is not nothing, and 8 is significantly better. Bloodhound is quite a powerful treasure. It charges all your stuff when your opponent gets to half health. So it lets you just like push really hard to kill them at the end of the fight. It's really fun. I'm going to take it. The idea of it appeals to me. So Scout Trooper is normally very difficult, and I think that I'm going to beat him up bad. They have a lot of damage very quickly, but we have a lot of damage very quickly as well. So I'm going to trust my guts. But you'll lose to this person a lot if you fight them. So do it at your own risk. But we have a lot of burn. We got a lot of damage. We're very fast. All right, Uzi. That'll be good because it's a very fast weapon for Trebuchet and for Shark Claws. So this is probably what I'm going to take, but I'm going to explain it. So it says lose 10% max health. As a baseline, that's pretty rough, right? You lose 10% max health in a game. It's like pretty big deal. But the earlier in the game it is in this game, the game scales very well in terms of like how you gain life and deal damage. And right now, this costs us 55 life. And by the time we get to the end of the game, we'll have 10,000 life. So right now, it's like very cheap. And they offer this like basically the whole game where you can just continuously lose max health in order to buff all your stuff. I think that this early, like levels 1 through, or usually it's like levels 2, 3, and 4. I'm like very interested in taking this because the crit chance is like significant, and I think there's a great chance we keep Trebuchet forever, and a great chance we keep Double Barrel forever. And Uzi is like one of the faster weapons, and so if we stay weapons, ammo, that kind of thing, then like we're keeping most of these weapons around, and so the 10 damage is like insane on Double Barrel, insane on this. And also, we're early enough where the +10 damage is actually like really relevant. And the +10 damage 5% crit chance doesn't scale. It always is the same offering. 1 XP is okay. Aquatic item, not for us. Get an aquatic item, not for us. Poison, not for us. So it's just no pain, no gain. I'm going to click the button. And now we lost 55 life. That's painful, but it is what it is. Now, we have 11 gold. We're halfway through the day. We can take Ayla to get weapons, but I'm like pretty happy with the weapons we have. Many of them are silver, so it's like she's not going to like offer upgrades. The small aquatic item's not going to do much. But I really like taking a look at skills and seeing if there's ways for me to combine them later. And it's like when you're drafting and you take like a perspective pick. Like here we have when the first time you poison, you freeze. This is like a really cheap, really powerful one. And if I give poison to any of my stuff later, in fact, I even have a poison that I can just play that gives me this turns into a freeze now, right? And that's just like going to be pretty good for me for like the next couple of fights maybe. But I don't really want to pump it, right? I don't want to buff its poison because I'm just not going to keep it in my comp for a while. But I'm going to use this now, but it's also going to be very good later when I can grant poison to something. And you can grant poison to things every now and then. It costs, but you can. Now we can go for a burn skill. And again, since I have a full board, I think it would be great for me to go for a burn. Burn items have +2 as a baseline is pretty good. We already have Frostfire as like a... So getting a second version increases its potency by a second, but it's not really the 1 more second's not as important as the first 3 seconds, you know. +5 burn basically to the trebuchet at the beginning, +4 to it. I think maybe it's just +4. It's +4 trebuchet. I'm trebucheted out of my mind. All right, I'm gonna shred this Vanessa. Oh yeah, they're doing similar things, but I am a bit faster, and I have more life because I leveled faster. So we are on a similar trajectory, but I am at least 1 or 2 turns ahead of them in terms of trajectory. All right, so we're gonna look for tools. Maybe tools sounds interesting, but I like monster loot. I want to buy cheap free ones, please. Poison. Okay, so we can add a poison if we want, but I'm gonna hold on to it. And then scrap is +4 shield. You see, these are all similar in terms of like when you sell them, you grant something to your leftmost item. And so we'll just be looking for things over the course of the game to sell these. If we need the gold for something, we'll sell them, right? But I want to hold on to this poison until we can add poison maybe to the trebuchet. That'd be kind of sicko. Heal item. We can maybe get something that heals later, but now we can look at silver items. Silver items on like day 1 and 2 are like really powerful. Like as you could see, like our trebuchets, double barrel are like kind of owning all of our opponents. Sterling is great on them, but now we're in day 4. I want to essentially zoom. I want to like level up quickly, and I'm gonna just like basically look for all the level ups. And I know that we can just kill most of the mini bosses. So, like, we just have the stack damage of the burn from the trebuchet, and I am just so confident that we will kill them because I know how the bosses operate. The bosses are the same; they have the same items each time. There are different iterations of bosses, and there are different, like similar variants of each of the bosses that sometimes have different stuff. But if you, they have them all separated, and each boss is like a predictable board, and there's like some randomness but it's very little. I'm like pretty low on income, but I have a lot of gold. And normally I would take 2 income when I'm under 7. But this Cinders is calling my name. And it's 2 instead. Nice. So Ganjo is an interesting one, and it's one that we don't actually get to see too often. So this one is interesting. It's not so if you look at the top right of the where it says Ganjo, there's a picture of Pygmalion, which is one of the other characters, and Ganjo is normally an item that Pygmalion is offered, and not us. And sometimes that'll happen, and you'll be able to put something in your comp. Like right now, this Uzi is not for me. This is a dually weapon. An Uzi is not something. It's too advanced for Vanessa. She's a swashbuckler, right? And but the Uzi is a dually weapon, but we got it off of a random encounter or something, and it works very well because it is still a weapon and it works with trebuchet to send it flying fast. All right, so if we go to the docks, I'm not super stoked about it. I'm just gonna get some gold. We can get a free aquatic item, but we're not really doing aquatic stuff. We can get a skills. I'm gonna go for skills. Yeah, what's up, Donald? So Bloodhound we already have, and the 1 second extra of Bloodhound is actually quite good. Charge essentially just removes 3 seconds from each of your items' cooldowns. Crit chance per weapon is pretty powerful. Leftmost burn +2. All these are pretty good. I think I'd be very happy taking any one of them, but I think that we are now looking at speed more than damage. I think our damage is quite good, and now so we just want to basically speed things up so that Trebuchet goes faster. And so I think Bloodhound's going to be where I'll go. Um, I don't know if Ganjo's better. Maybe Ganjo's better than Shark Claws. They're both 4 seconds. This pumps these two, but I'm losing a weapon. I think it's bad. I'm gonna do this. Okay, makes me feel better. All right, time to attack. Okay, so similar composition, but I'm again way faster. They're doing trebuchet, but they're doing a slow lifelink version, or like a. It's called lifesteal in this game, but like whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. And there's various items that we'll look at sometimes. And I'm sorry I didn't look at their items, but I know what they all do, and eventually you will too. Let's see. Ayla can get weapons, which I'm kind of interested in upgrading weapons. When you begin a day, they will often just like that means things have leveled up a little bit, and so the higher level, the better the item they can offer. Yo, what's up, Simic? How you doing, bub? All right, so we can go Ayla weapons. We can look for slow skills, but we don't have anything slow. I think because we're getting out, like we're starting to need better things. Like we have two just like really dud items in our comp right now, I think. So I'm gonna go for Ayla. We're gonna look for some minor upgrades. So Pet Rock, if it was like a gold Pet Rock or like a silver Pet Rock, I would consider it. Unfortunately, it's just like a little too slow. Switchblade does buff the Uzi, which I like, and it also buffs the double barrel. So I think I'm actually going to buy this. Even it's very cheap, and this catfish is like pretty weak. I could roll and look for something, but I think that the Switchblade is a significant upgrade. I think it's just fine. We're just fine now. I can roll. We have enough gold to roll, but I will want to use my gold later to buy expensive skills. So we can get a temporary boost that lasts all day. We can get an item for free. I'm gonna take a free item just for fun. It's a jellyfish. We're not doing that right now. It does work with trebuchet. Like if I get a little, I could get like a little. Ooh, actually, I just have a little package. Hold on. Little aquatic situation going on. So how does this look? Actually, I need a little more than this. So the jellyfish says when you use this, use an adjacent aquatic item, this gains haste for 2 seconds. And so this says whenever you gain haste, this charges 1 second, so it goes 1 second faster. And so basically, whenever the catfish goes, whenever the shark claws goes, it'll trigger jellyfish, which triggers trebuchet, which means that for 4 slots, I will get essentially 3 haste triggers every 6 seconds. It's not great. It's not great. This is much faster, and so we will hold off on the haste style stuff for now. Let's put, we're going to order everything back how it was. We need to do the Uzi next to the Switchblade, the double barrel. Okay, so Uzi may run out of bullets, but it's got quite a few bullets, so I'm not too worried about it. The Switchblade, I wish it was a little bit stronger, but it is what it is. And Ganjo is not a weapon, and so we can't play it over a fast weapon because we're using the weapons to make Trebuchet faster. Okay, I think we can kill the Gorgon Noble. I need these characters to have names. I need them all to have names. Like there's a character that we're probably going to encounter, and I'm going to talk about him. And his name is like Doug, but he just looks like Bruce Tarl, right? I just need him to be Bruce. I need him to have like a name, you know. Like do y'all remember the old games where you're like fighting on the street? You know, not Street Fighter, but like the one Streets of Rage or whatever. You know, all those guys have names. It's about the flavor. Leftmost silver, so we can upgrade Trebuchet. That sounds fantastic. Okay. We can get a free burn item. I'm going to go for small items. We can occasionally find some really cool silver items. Butterfly Swords is interesting. It does work nicely with Switchblade, but it's really slow. And right now we're way more about making the Trebuchet faster, so it's not a significant upgrade. Now, I do think Throwing Knives is a pretty significant upgrade for later if we can get more charges on it. It's extremely fast and will essentially fire all of its bullets at once, which makes Trebuchet go quickly too. So I think I am going to take it, but hold on to it for later because I have so much gold. The pop snaps, maybe are better than Switchblade, and maybe yeah, I actually think maybe Shark Claws is kind of maybe got to come out, but pop snaps doesn't do Trebuchet, so maybe not. Maybe I just skip over it. Okay. XP probably the docks. We'll get to the docks when we have a certain item, but we don't have the item, so we're not going to go there. And I don't want non-weapons, so we'll just get experience. And then I'm going to beat up this dually bot, and then you get to watch the fight. Bye, dually. Oh no. No, I off-centered my stupid. Oh no, dude. I really done it, huh? I off-centered my camera on accident. What I get? Now it's gonna look like crap. What I get? What I get, chat? Try and just move this down here because I'm blocking freaking chat. What's up, Russ? Oh yeah, this game's great. Okay, so we are now moving on to, we can get a haste item. The docks, we can't go there, or we can go for medium items. We won our fights. We're 4-1. We're kind of owning. The dagger is something we can hold on to for later, and I'm gonna get a haste item for free. Beach ball doesn't do anything for us. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it, get it out of my life, get this Genjo out of here. Plus 10. Now it costs 120 life. I'm still interested, and I'm gonna pay it. Okay, and now we can gain that life back. I think that's a pretty good bargain. And now we will easily defeat Lone Shark, who will give us the most experience. None of those characters have a great item for us. Lone Shark, we can get Crashing Waves, use an aquatic item, haste a weapon for 1 second. We can play the Shark Claws for a while, and then that will give us an extra thing of haste. And so it gives Trebuchet more speed. Ooh, we get ATM, and so it adds 2 income, which we passed up on income earlier. We get it for free. So we can go to small items or go to tools. I'm gonna go to small items, just looking for like 1 slot or weapons. Found a powder flask, level 2, so now we will never run out of bullets with anything that it's next to. There is a cool comp that I've been working on with Pearl, but it requires Water Wheel, and I will not want Pearl until I have Water Wheel, and I don't know that I would go for Water Wheel in this comp. This revolver works pretty quickly, and I think we're probably just gonna get rid of the Shark Claw soon and just replace it with any 2 fast weapons. Okay, so let's do this. And I think I'll just sell it. And now if maybe they'll give us one later that's like they can give us like a better one later. If you have like a bronze thing just kind of sitting in your inventory and you're like in a late level, they're not going to offer you like a silver version very often. So it's just like hard to upgrade. Or like they're not going to offer you a bronze one to upgrade it to silver even. That's even worse. We can look for large items, but we already have the one large item we really want. We get a free weapon. Kind of like free weapon. Maybe we'll give something cool. Oh, we got a free upgrade. Love it. And now, just +6 whenever the weapons each attack. Goes 2 every 3 seconds, and these are still faster. This just runs out of bullets too quickly, but it's fine. Bye, Dooley. Zap. That last zap at the end was Bloodhounds. Just made everything go crazy. That was against a player. So basically, at the bottom of the rotation, it's a NPC, and then at the top of the rotation, it's a player, and each tick is just like a different shop or a different fight. So we're gonna get probably Cinder to keep adding burn to our 1 damage minion. Everything else is doing damage, but it pales in comparison. And then we get an ammo item or ammo skill, possibly. All right, let's give some to that. We go to ammo skill. Maybe we can get some really cool. Ooh, heated shells is quite strong. Whenever you use ammo, you burn 2. All my items have +1 ammo. That's pretty good. When you crit with an item, reload another item. I do have some crit chance, so I think maybe this ends up being more ammo than +1 ammo, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe it's bullet time, though. Bullet time's really strong. I like the idea of just giving us more bullets, and so I'm leaning either flashy reload or gunner. If I needed damage, heated shells is very good, but because I have so much damage in the trebuchet, I think all I need now is like basically these to fuel the trebuchet. And for those just joining, Trebuchet is the build. It's whenever you use a weapon or haste, you charge this a second. And charge means it goes 1 second faster off the cooldown. And I have all these really fast, efficient weapons that just fire it off and make it go like once every second, basically. And so the problem is that my weapons sometimes run out of ammo. They all have like ammo because they're so fast. And so I think it's going to be. I don't want it to be flashy reload. Say that 5 times fast. Right. Getting risky on it. I don't know if it's as good. I don't really like any of this, but I'll go to the shop instead. So repeater can be quite strong in this build. It fires when another ammo thing fires, and so I will want this for sure. And I will figure out a way to put it in a moment. Cannonade is similar to Trebuchet in this regard. It says whenever you use a weapon, deal 50. Instead of dealing 50, though, this does 120 and then 37. I think that you can play either a Cannonade build or a Trebuchet build, but I don't think you can play both. And since I already have this juiced up with Burn, I'm going to skip on the Cannonade. But I have played Cannonade plenty of times, and it's quite powerful. Okay, so I think I can beat all three of these enemies, and so once again, I can go for cooldown on Cosmic Rock, actually. I think I'll do that. So Cosmic Rock has feathers as drop items, and they reduce the cooldown on all your items by 6%, which is incredible. Just incredible. But it also has all this other stuff, this junk, and it has a couple of really cool skills that can drop too. Ooh, when you crit haste an item for 1 second, that's big time. That's big time. This is gonna make our stuff so much faster. Okay, we're gonna go for Vanessa skills. I don't give a yo. Cam, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Man, Cam says, "What in the world's going on in here? A new magic set looks strange." Yeah, this is the new auto battler from Tempo Storm called the Bazaar. It's quite fun. I think you'd really enjoy it. First time you crit, we freeze. This one's pretty good. Inexorable. I think it's a little too late for inexorable, but this is definitely something we want early and something you do get offered early on regular occasion. I think I'm going to take flashy reload though, just to make sure I don't run out of bullets. We'll do haste and charge skills. I'm like very happy with most of my weapons. Haste aquatic items. We don't have any aquatic items, unfortunately, or else Oceanic Rush would be quite strong. We can use this to haste adjacent, but I don't know if we need it. First 5 times you crit. I do have a decent crit chance just in general. So I think I'm going to do Alacrity. This will also give me some speed. All right, we're going to torch this Vanessa. All right, they got some knives. Knives says whenever one of your weapons gets used, it charges for 2 seconds. This is like very similar to what we're doing with Trebuchet. Theirs is much weaker in terms of damage dealt. All right, XP. Probably XP. I don't really want a friend. We don't have any healing. We don't have any shield. Could take poison just in case. Does XP just has such diminishing returns at this point? Maybe not though. We also just like didn't hit any of our things that help us level like crazy. So I'm not super interested. This is like such a bad like basically I'm only doing this because I have won every fight and I can afford to essentially sacrifice an entire turn of development or like entire stop on the development board for it. We didn't even play our repeater. I'm not even sure if I should. I think it's I mean, I guess maybe these two come out because double barrel is just fueled by the crit thing. Hmm. Try this. Maybe this will go faster. Hasten charge skills. More alacrity. I like. Let's just do alacrity again. We're pretty broke. I'm gonna go for 5 gold. I don't really the Bazaar traders or the There's traders from different classes, and I don't like them very much. All right, we're gonna fight Dr. Vortex. If you let this character go on too long, they will eat you alive. So you gotta beat them real fast, and luckily we win very quickly. They already have a ton of burn, and they're actually not dying as fast as some of the players because the Uber bosses have like double the life of where you do. Like they're technically supposed to be like 2 levels higher than you or similar. So we got Weather Machine. It's a tool property vehicle, but while it looks like it's really powerful, we have essentially bottlenecked ourselves into being this weapon comp, and so I can't use it, and so I'm just gonna toss it. And it looked like we didn't really run out of bullets there, and so now I'm not really worried about Flask or the Switchblade being in the comp anymore. I think I will go for weapons. Upgrade that. This is a deadly bayonet. The weapon to the left of this has a plus 50% crit chance. So I have to take it, I think. It'll just give this 50 crit chance, which is unbelievable. So we can probably do double barrel out, and we'll do bayonet there. And we can do like switchblade between repeater and Uzi since these are our fastest. I guess the throwing knives is maybe faster. Maybe. I don't know how often we're going to crit every time though, you know? I guess we will every time now with this. Whenever you crit, you reload 2 ammo. Another item. Crit with an item, reload another item, 2 ammo. Okay. Grenade's pretty powerful. Might be worthwhile over this revolver. It only has 1 ammo, but it'll get reloaded a bunch. And it has a natural crit chance, which is nice. I'm gonna just sell revolver. It's a gold grenade. When you see a gold grenade near an item, a weapon comp, you buy the item. I will take a free item. Now we level up one more time. We're probably gonna go burn and just sell this double barrel. I'm gonna keep the powder flask, and just in case I feel like I was wrong, I can still go back a little. I'm gonna take burn. We're gonna give it to the trebuchet. We're gonna beat Dooley. Just critting like wild, and it's refueling various items. How much? I guess I did run out of the throwing knives and the grenade, and I guess the crit kept refueling the wrong thing. So maybe Switchblade is worse than another 1 slot ammo item. We can beat this bounty hunter probably. I need to go like here. I think that's actually better. So now the flask will reload the throwing knives, but throwing knives runs out so fast and is so fast that the powder flask will get max use out of it, I think. It would also get a lot of use out of the repeater, but I want to make sure that this has some bullets. This bounty hunter is coming to bag me. I got a bounty with my name on it. That's an item that we can get off of them too. They didn't pay you enough to get whooped? Sorry about that. And then suddenly there's Jaeger. Ooh. Alright, so now we can actually hold wanted poster in our inventory, and whenever we win a fight against a human, we gain XP. If we are confident enough to put it on the board, then actually let's do it on the grenade. I changed my mind. But if we are confident enough, we can play it on the board and gain 2 XP if we win. Go for crit skills since we're getting some higher crit. First time you use a large item, adjacent items gain plus 15% crit. Ramos has 10% crit. First time you do Bloodhound, another one. I like Bloodhound, another one actually. It just feels so fast. So Elite Duelist has a skill that we can get off of them that gives lifesteal to all of our weapons, and so we're going to fight them. I do think we could easily beat the other boss though, the big boss, man. Boom. You yield. Okay, this is the one. Big ego. My weapons have lifesteal. Perfect. Level up your leftmost. Jaeger, please don't click the mouse. Please don't click the mouse, Jaeger. Okay, I'm going to go to my inventory. Now this is going to sound unhinged, but we can level up the wanted poster. And then every time we win a fight, which I think we'll win a couple more, we'll get 2 XP instead of 1. And I think leveling up any of our weapons is only a damage add. And adding more damage here is almost unnecessary. Like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but basically, let's just upgrade the trebuchet. It's more fun. All right. I guess we have 46 gold, so might as well go shopping. Maybe we'll find something we want. None of those. Upgrade the bayonet. So it goes plus 5 damage. Well, the trebuchet does go a lot, so plus 5 damage to the trebuchet for 2 gold cannot be a bad deal. The other two are just really cumbersome 3 drops, so I'm gonna skip them. 3 spare change, medium large items. I guess we can get a fun version of the repeater. This blunderbuss is okay. Like, it'll empty out pretty quickly, but it's a 2 slaughter, and we already have repeater to empty out. So I think I'm going to leave it. Repeater is just slightly faster. This one would normally be okay, but it's on my list of don't ever take. Just never take it. It's so slow. Doesn't do enough. Okay, if we beat this Vanessa, we get an extra XP. You know how hard it is to play video games, Jaeger? When you have a kitty in your face who wants attention? Very hard. All right, opponent's toast. Straight up cooked. Straight up cooked. Come here. Adding crit to this is wild with flashy reload. We are set. But the throwing knife is empty so quickly that I think the flask is just useful on it. We can get a small weapon. Temporary boost. I think I'll take temporary boost. What we can do is we can do plus 25 damage for the day. That actually helps a lot because of the bayonets. What else? Tools. I don't really want tools. I think this is a powder flask enough, and I think the only thing it could offer me is like a diamond jet thruster thing. I forgot what it's called. This like incendiary rounds, I think. We don't have regeneration. I do like a little bit of regeneration each time. We go for 3 loot items, which I'm into. I don't like damage. I don't like poison. I do like cinders, so we'll just take cinders. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit about this boss. This is Void Golem. Void Golem is a very scary boss because they have an ability that works with an item called Caltrops. And Caltrops says whenever your opponent makes an action, Caltrops fires and deals them a damage. In Magic, Caltrops was a card that beat me when I was a kid a lot, and I hated it. And so I hate it even more now, knowing what it is and that Void Golem has it. But with the Caltrops, he has an ability that says whenever your opponent makes an action, the Caltrops gains 1. And so if your deck is all rapid action, the Caltrops eat you alive. On top of that, he has an ability that after a few seconds, they destroys a small item on the opposing side, which might not kill us or hurt us that badly, but it could certainly ruin your fight. And so it has like a lot of randomness to it. And so of the bosses early, I think that Void Golem is maybe the hardest, and at least like just pretty hard. I think we're strong enough where we can just beat him though. But I want y'all to know that I think that there's a chance we lose. Yeah, so he starts off, blows up my Uzi, so that slows me down a little bit. Caltrap's already at 200. Every time I make an action, yeah, I got annihilated. Annihilated. I'm so strong, and I got annihilated. Luckily, it doesn't hurt our prestige when you lose to one of the bosses, but you don't get your rewards, and the rewards are very good. Adjacent food and tools gain 3 haste. Have that. So this is a weird merchant. This Jules. She's here to sell me some pastries. I can get a freeze. I'm gonna roll. Maybe we'll get something good on the second page. What's this? Curry. Burn 6. Charge another small item 4 seconds. Very cool. Never seen this card before. Knives. This is very similar to what I'm doing with the trebuchet. It's an 80 damage knives. So I can maybe play this over repeater. Repeater can run out of ammo, and knife set cannot. And so with a slightly less charge, but I am doing the flashy reload, and so maybe not. I think I have to pass on this, but it's very strong. But we need just like a high raw number of items. Like maybe it's actually better than grenade powder flask. Maybe these two can bite it. But grenade helps trigger all sorts of junk. All the I don't know. I'm just gonna leave. I hate thinking about it too long. Small items. Jaeger, come here. Ooh, diamond granada. Let's roll. Maybe we'll find something else. Okay, so here's incendiary rounds. This is only in diamond, I think. When you use an adjacent item, burn 2, and so we can maybe put it where the flask is, and then put it between the Uzi and the repeater. And then those items also get extra ammo. So maybe I put them between that. Okay, I think I am gonna buy it. And I wanna. We'll go maybe repeater grenade. We'll just let the throwing knives run out real quick, and then we'll have the grenade get an extra. It goes pretty quick. Maybe not. Maybe it's Uzi for the burn, actually. I think that's better. One grenade. We'll just hope they get refueled with their thing. But this is the most burn it can do, I think. And burn's really important. Unfamous. Fighting against Unfamous. Alright, so for number 9, they don't have any lifelinks, so they're toast. Absolutely dumpstered. Wow, that was so fast. That's so fast, Jaeger. They just disintegrated. What happened? What happened? Where'd you go? Hey, slow down and cool. Hey, slow cooldown. Go there. So she's really strong when you're all 1-drops. Figurehead, diamond. I had a shiny diamond figurehead yesterday. The shop. I'm gonna leave though. Let's go with items with ammo. Upgrade. Sleeve. This is the same one. I'm not gonna fall for it again. I'm not gonna fall for it again. We'll just annihilate this person real fast. See how quickly the people die versus the bosses? The bosses just have 4x health or whatever. He's just laying on my arm. Laying on my mouse arm. Jaeger. Alright, I don't need income. We're already super rich. Could go XP. I think 400 health for 10 damage and crit chance is probably worth it, but it's so much. 400 health. Can't really be worth 400 health for it. Crit chance 60. No crit chance on the repeater. 10 crit chance, 25 crit chance, 5 crit chance. I guess I also increased my crit chance with the critical captain. And this just triggers a bunch, but go XP. I will go for a burn skill since we can't upgrade this. Alright, so we're gonna do heated shells. This is one I want to take earlier, but now it's just like a lot of damage. Where I like taking relax again when I fight players, especially when I'm like going for the last fight. I don't really need any medium items. Sparring partner is a way to build up gold. You just beat up a robot, do as much damage to it as you can. You get gold based on how much damage you deal. All right, do your best. They could be Omega Pygmalion. Oh, this looks scary. Oh, they're damage based though. I think we're fine. Oh, they have 15,000 health. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a lot of burn damage really fast. I might run out of bullets too. Actually, yeah. I'm just like not critting enough, so I'm running out. Uzi is flush though. Uzi's got all the bullets. I'm busted up. I'm gonna lose 11 prestige because you lose prestige equal to the day it is. And so even though that's only our second loss, and the first one I think was in round number 1, uh, we only can lose. We can lose one more time, and then I call it popping the bubble. I don't know what we should actually call it, but I mean, we just fought a Pygmalion that was in the super advanced stage. And we're in a pretty advanced stage. They were just one echelon above us, maybe 2. We need poison. We need like an X Factor item. We need like dagger with poison. Nope. Okay, do I want nesting doll? So this fires no. Oh, okay. Doesn't work. Sometimes nesting doll is okay because it's just like Uzi. It's just a really fast ammo item. Scrap, sharpening, loot items. I think I want loot items. Get some cool. 2 XP. Sharpen. I guess we'll sharpen the repeater. Pull down everything. Never got to use these poison things. We'll fight Veteran Octopus. I know he has a scary border, but he's not that tough. Veteran Octopus. I hope they come up with names for all the guys. Bang bang. They got a lot of health too, so. Okay, if your items have +1 crit chance for each weapon you have. Wow, that's so strong for us. Weapon, 10 crit chance, damage, burn. We're gonna go for burn. Once again, buffing our trebuchet. I'll go for slow skill. First time you slow each fight, freeze. When you slow, haste the vehicle for 2 seconds. If you have exactly one weapon, when you use it, slow an item. So I think we do have something that slows, but I think maybe I didn't take it. Okay, we are going to choose outmaneuver in case I get something that works with it. I just have a lot of gold. Look for a burn item. Might get a burn version of something we already have. We did not. All right. Dooley, your time to shine, buddy. All right. They have a lot of burn. It doesn't look like they have a lot of shield. I think they're toasts. Yeah. And that's 10 wins, chat. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Just get a very early trebuchet, know exactly what you're doing to build around it, you know? And then you just get 10 wins just like that. And then you take a little snip, you post it on the internet, and then guess what? First stream, first game, easy dub. So, this build with Vanessa, for those of you just joining, we are a trebuchet build. Trebuchet says whenever you use a weapon or haste, charge this for 1 second. And so the rest of our comp is all very fast weapons. We have Repeater, which is also another charge item whenever you use another ammo. We have Uzi, which is a very fast, but it's an off-class weapon from Dooley. We have a Grenade, which does a massive amount of damage and has a natural crit chance of 25. And we have Throwing Knives, which can just fire off very quickly, which triggers the trebuchet very quickly. Our treasures that we used that were very important, we had Flashy Reload to make sure all of our ammunition was stocked because we could run out very easily. We had Big Ego from one of the swashbucklers that we battled, and we took their skill that gave all of our stuff life steal. We had Cosmic Wind when you crit haste an item for 1, and we had various things that burned and froze. So this is Tandy's first stream with Vanessa playing the Bazaar. I hope you enjoyed this game, and we'll be playing another one soon. Thank you for watching.